The date is the 21st July 2020, and this is an update on the isolation period for those who had been isolated for COVID-19. The new recommendation is that those who had been isolated can now be de-isolated after 10 days of isolation instead of 14 days, as was the initial practice. Here we are talking about people with mild symptoms who are no longer having a fever and whose symptoms are resolving. For those who have severe COVID-19 symptoms, the 10 days will start from when they become stable clinically, and that determination will be made by the healthcare worker. So please note that for de-isolation, 10 days is the new recommendation. This should be coupled with an assessment of medical fitness to check if someone at that point is fit to go back to work. So how do we determine if someone is fit to go back to work? Firstly, we consider the symptoms. Are they symptom free, or do they have any symptoms that can prevent them from working? Secondly, a physical assessment by a medical practitioner can be done, or actually should be done, to check if someone is medically fit to go back to work. So there are two issues we are dealing with at this point. The first one is when to de-isolate, which is 10 days. And the second issue is, at that point, is the person medically fit to return to work? A determination to be made by the healthcare worker. So that is the new recommendation in terms of the period of de-isolation. Please note that there has been no change in the recommendation regarding testing after or at the point of de-isolation. We still do not recommend testing in general for those who have completed their 10 days of isolation for reasons that we have discussed previously. Remember that the test is a PCR-based test. It detects the genetic material of the virus in the sample that will be submitted to the lab. Now, the genetic material that is detected could be from live or actively growing virus, or from viral particles, from dead viruses, which would actually mean that the person is no longer infectious. So to avoid confusing issues, their recommendation still stands. There is no need to test after completion of the isolation period. I hope it is clear. If you have any questions, please comment on our page, and we will endeavor to answer your questions as best as we can. Thank you. That is it for now.